Welcome to the Electric Theatre.
Hey, how are you?
Hi, I'm fine. How are you?
Where are you right now? Are you at home?
Yeah, I'm in home in Kiev, Ukraine.
Wow, I'm in the middle of the United States.
Oh, yeah. Well, I suppose it's kind of morning, right, in the States?
Yeah, it's noon. It's basically 12 o'clock here in Iowa.
Oh,
What time is it in the Ukraine?
it's 8 p.m.
8 p.m. Wow. How's the weather?
Yeah.
Is it cold? Is it cold?
Oh, it's actually the first day of snowing. Like it's snowing right now outside. And but I think it won't last long. I checked the forecast for this year, like for the winter in 2020, and it's gonna be warm as fuck. So yeah, too bad. Yeah, global
Do you
warming.
like the snow? Do you like the winter?
I love it. I love it as much as I love summer, because for me, like, winter is a time for, like, it's a mysterious time for me, and I still, like, a kid inside of me still is like very happy to see snow outside. So it reminds me of Christmas and New Year and like surprises and stuff. Yeah.
So do you do a lot of family stuff during the Christmas time?
Not really this year. It's not gonna happen. So the thing is that, like, I'm from eastern part of Ukraine, and right now it's war going on there, and like for, I think it's been like some kind of like fighting or whatever since 2014 or 13. So yeah, and but I try to go there um, at least once a year, about the Christmas time and shit. But like this year, this December, it's not gonna happen because, you know, COVID, and I have to cross a lot of borders to see my parents. So it's like a real hell for me. So unfortunately, not this year. I'm gonna stay here in Kiev and just enjoy my time with my beloved ones that are still here with me.
Great, great. So to COVID right now, from where you're at, are there people that have caught it close by you? Has anybody got the virus that you know where you're from?
Oh, you mean are they infected? Like people?
Yeah. Do you know anybody personally who got infected where you're
Yeah,
from?
yeah. I really do know at least like 3 people. One of them, like, is really close to me as my friend, and he's already, like, all right. He recovered, but also I know that his one of his parents got sick too, and just my not I wouldn't call this person my friend, but yeah, is always, oh, he is also, like, was sick recently. He got sick, but now it seems like they are fine. They're fine. Yeah, it's crazy because I didn't believe it for the first time. Like, from the beginning, I didn't believe it, but then I changed my mind as soon as my close friends started to get sick. It's crazy.
I do think it's kind of, it is a weird situation that a lot of people in the world apparently didn't believe it, you know, and I understand in the beginning, none of us really had too much information, and none of us really knew exactly what was going on. But I'd say about a month ago, people here in Iowa, where I'm from, I started
Yeah.
knowing a lot of people here who have gotten really sick, and it really kind of hit where I live now.
Yeah, yeah, I totally understand, because I think that we're not supposed to know the truth, being like part of the political system, and like the global economics and stuff. So and I thought it's kind of like, okay, it was real, but definitely artificially made. Well, I don't know where it came from, but I'm pretty sure now it's here and it's real. Yeah.
Yeah, I just got a coffee from a lady where I buy my coffee every morning, and her mom died from it. But
Oh,
her mom was much older, late 70s, and apparently her mom had some illnesses, which made it harder to recover. But I actually know several people who have actually lost people. All of them are older, but it makes it extremely real. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, yeah, yeah. I understand. Well, that's the thing. I didn't believe it because I thought that it's just you get weaker because you're old, or you get like plenty of illnesses, and that's the main reason if you get sick, for example. But it's like a lot of people don't believe in AIDS, for example. They think that you die not from this, but from something that you had for very very long time.
Yeah, this world right now is pretty crazy. It's
Yeah,
up
it's
in the
pretty
air.
yeah, I know, and I feel like the earth and the whole nature tries to tell us something, just like stop for a while, like pause your businesses and things. So I
Well,
think like
I was
it's yeah,
go ahead, go ahead.
yeah. I think it's all about like balance in this world. So I don't know, but it's the start of the end, the beginning of the end, as they say.
Well, I've always thought I'm 51 years old, and I always thought, in life, if the world was going to end, I guess being alive, it would be exceptional to be able to see it. Like
Yeah,
let's say an asteroid is on its way, and we all know it. And if you know the exact time it's going to hit, if you could look and see it and see death coming, it might help us for the next place, whatever that is, even if it's just death. But seeing death with eyes open might be something. So I think about it being, I always think my life's a movie, like everything I do all day seems like it's a movie, and things happen to me that I can't explain. And wouldn't it just make sense that we're all alive and happy, and then we got to worry about the end too? Like, it just makes life, for me, even more fake. It makes it like it doesn't even exist, like I'm
yeah,
some sort of insect or something.
absolutely, absolutely. Well, we as a band, like we have our own like personal life as a band together, and we I realized it in 2013, I think, when the shit started to happen to us. Like a lot of obstacles, like problems, like serious problems, like an adult life. Um, for example, our drummer, like ex-drummer, fell out of the window and broke his spine in the middle of the tour, and we had to collect like thousands and thousands of like currency, our local currency, like Ukrainian currency, for 6 hours to save his life because his splinter or something. Yeah, well, I don't know. I don't remember the English word for this organ, but it was smashed, and we needed to save his life. And then I realized, oh my God, I feel like I'm in this movie called like this Truman Show. Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
Someone is just like observing all the time and like writing new screenplays for us, you know. I was like,
Well,
oh my God, man. Well,
you know, it's not, I mean, you know, without getting weird, I guess, but we as humans, we really don't know anything. We think we do. We think we're smart. But I mean, as far as I know, I don't know very many people that actually get up every morning and ask what the fuck is really going on. I mean, we're all worried about getting somewhere on time, whether it be work or something we need to do. We worry about going to bed because there's something going on tomorrow. We got to go to the grocery store and buy this because it's on sale, blah, blah, blah. And all of that occupies our minds 24 hours a day until we're fatigued and just do it again. I complain because I spend a lot of my day picking up my house, doing dishes, doing laundry, cleaning things. And I think to myself, well, what if I was spending my entire day contemplating life? You know, what's going on, trying to connect all the dots. And it really does feel like some simulation, you know what I mean? It's like
I know.
It had to start somewhere. Life has had to start somewhere. It's too big, it's too vast, it goes on forever. But what's on the other side? I mean, it's not hard to grasp that something bigger that is uncomprehendable is moving the gears, you know. But day by day, I wonder, you know, just how much of a movie we actually have made for ourselves as humans, because we're not smart. We're not. I don't think humans are smart at all.
At all, and we are not civilized at all. Like I watched like yesterday. We watched some Russian movie about space and aliens and stuff. And so the one spaceship just landed. Like it was, it crashed on the Earth, like in the middle of Moscow, Russia, and there was an alien who looked like a human, and he said, oh my God, you are so uncivilized. I didn't know. I don't have idea why we are here. So it's crazy. And we think that we're fucking on the top of the world and we rule the world. But it's so misleading. I don't know. And also, I think like we are so tiny creatures in this whole universe that I think that our lives just matters only to us.
Yeah, I think you're right. That's a good point. I think all we do is care about ourselves, and you know that's what makes us an infection. You know, we just want to thrive for ourselves, and we end up hurting everything around us and almost everybody around us. I have a weird thought. So you were just saying that you watched this movie and the alien came down to Earth and was looking at Earth and basically able to say like, hey, humans are not civilized. Well, I have a similar situation that I think is kind of sort of funny and kind of a little bit weird. But have you ever heard of Sasquatch?
Oh yeah, sure, Sasquatch. Yeah, we call it a different name, like Bigfoot, right? That's another name. Yeah. Well, we call it snowman. Yeah. Sasquatch.
So I believe in Sasquatch, right? So it's like it's just a crazy world with that kind of thinking, I know. But since I was a little kid, I was alive. I was on the earth when the famous footage was shot. I was a little kid when that famous footage was shot of that female Bigfoot walking. So
Mhm.
I've been exposed to it my whole life and kind of frightened when I was a kid. But anyway, long story short, when I'm working on music or I'm working on art, I will put on brainless topics on the internet and a lot of conspiracy stuff, and I'll just let it play in the back while I'm working. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And one day I was listening to all my Bigfoot, Sasquatch theories and stuff, and there was a lady who basically she was claiming that she had been more or less not abducted, but had found herself in the company of some Sasquatches and
Oh.
has communication. But she was saying in this particular conversation that I was listening to, she was saying that in speaking with these elder Sasquatch male, that it was saying in its language that humans, are mainly the cause of all problems on the earth. And basically the conversation got into something about what us humans are trying to do. And the Sasquatch was telling the human that anything that we do that is slower than what we do now, because we're always in a big hurry to like destroy and just,
Yeah.
complicate things. So the Sasquatch was telling the lady, so similar to what the alien was telling the people, that the Sasquatch was saying, humans are the problem, blah, blah, blah. And I just thought that was interesting because out of everything you always hear, you don't hear something like that. We always wonder, why can't we find them? Why can't we see them? And they spend their entire existence avoiding us, which means they
Yeah.
watch us and they know what it is we do. So I find that interesting that a lot of things on Earth or a lot of ideas off of Earth would think that we are the problem. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Yeah, of course. Well, you know what? Like, I always, like, you believe in Sasquatch, for example, and I kind of believe in aliens. I kind of feel that some form of life exists out there, and sometimes it just like visits us here. I don't know why it, like, all the like Hollywood movies, they say that it visits the American people. And I always wondered why. I want them to visit Ukraine because they would be even more shocked. But and that's where I was inspired, and I wrote a song that's called Outlander. And no one really understands, I'm sure, but no one really understands from like among our friends. There's no person who actually knows that I wrote it as an alien came to the earth, and actually like it was left here, all alone, and it was stuck here, and it just describes the situation. Like, oh my god, what the fuck is going on? I want to go home, back to my own planet. So
I
yeah.
like that. I'm sure you feel that way sometimes. I feel that way. I don't belong here. I'm not from here, I
Yes,
feel like.
exactly. That's what I tell everyone, like in every interview, that actually, like, if it touches upon this problem, or like they ask me this question, I always say, I don't belong here. I don't belong here. There was a dude, like, I remember we toured around the US, and we were in New York playing our show. And there was an interview scheduled for that evening. So it's like Psychology Today. I think there was like a web magazine or something, or some, I don't know, like some platform called Psychology Today. So there was a dude, he came in and we started talking. And I know it's his trick. Well, I felt like it was his trick to make me start um, like very personal conversation, like really like sincere and honest. And I started crying, drinking my beer, and I was like, oh my, and started complaining. I started complaining. Oh my God, man, I feel so lonely here in this world. It's like so misunderstood, and I don't belong here. I'm tired of seeing very hostile glances. Like people stare at me like in different way. Like I, it's just like I feel like I'm very tiny, you know, in this world, and I feel like someone's gonna stomp on me. So, well, maybe that's just my vision, like my self-esteem or whatever. But there's a reason for that. I don't know.
Well, you are, in my opinion, I would say you're sort of a gem. You're a rarity. Um, you know,
Yeah.
you have a lot of gifts that you possess that are different than the norm. So I can honestly believe that, you know, I think we're all from somewhere else. You know what I mean? So that makes
Yeah.
sense. That's scary that you think that you would get stomped, though. That's a heavy thought. That's a that's
Yeah.
a really big thought. That's a kind of a frightening thought, you know.
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
I
and
always
maybe it's, I don't feel like I have a right, you know. It's a very low self-esteem, you can call it whatever, but there's a feeling and you cannot fight that feeling. But I'm trying to find my place to live, you know, like where I can feel like home. But the only place I can find is just like inside of my apartment. There's my safe place. So I don't want to go out. As soon as I go out, I start to feel sadness, hatred towards people, or pity. Or sometimes I took like I don't have a car, for example. I don't know how to drive a car, so I use public transport. And in Ukraine, public transport's quite um, a popular thing. And so I took a not a tram but trolley bus in the middle of the day, and everyone is gloomy always, like in Ukraine. And I was sitting near by the window, and an old lady. She was like very, very tiny and slim, but old, and she sat near me, like, and we like spent some time just like driving somewhere. And then she got up and said, she touched my hand, and she said, "Have a wonderful day," with very pleasant and kind voice, and an expression of her face was like so like bright and light. and and then I realized, oh my God, it's not over. Like, I mean, this world is not over if we have such people, like one tiny old lady, but she changed my day completely. That's the
that's
thing, we need kindness. We are craving kindness. That's a very sad thing, and like that we have to dig for it, search for it. No, it has to be norm, I think.
I don't know why. I feel like when the world gets uptight, it's worse. You know, we hate more, we hurt more, we kill more. We are animals, and it's built in us. But I feel like when the world is upside down, it's more. I saw that yesterday. I was reading an article about a gentleman who was delivering a giant boat, a giant sailboat. I can't remember where, but I can't remember if it was He was going from one country to another to deliver a boat. And halfway through, a school of killer whales came up to the boat and started attacking the bottom of the boat, trying to stop the motor and the rudder. And they kept hitting it with their bellies, and they just kept attacking the boat. And the guy called the Coast Guard and got close to having a helicopter come and pick him up. But I thought, that proves where the world is. My gut instinct as a human was, when I heard that behavior of killer whales onto a vessel is very, very strange. Has it happened before? Yes, but less than a half a dozen times on reported incidents of killer whales acting this way. And I thought, just with my gut instinct, I thought, they know how fucked up we are. You know, like, why else would they attack the boat? You know, why else? I mean, it just seems like animals and trees and everything is so pure, and it just seems like that was so awkward. It seems like it was their way of communicating back to how messed up this world really is, that we're turning it into chaos. And when it turns into chaos, you can take a boat and be attacked by a family of killer, whales. I agree with you. I don't think there's enough empathy in this world. Everybody is just quick to decide and quick to hurt. Very selfish. This world seems very selfish right now.
Yeah, egocentric. And I don't I spent like 5 years in the institute, and we studied philosophy. And there's a branch, or it's really hard for me to explain it in English, but there's a stream in philosophy that's called anthropocentrism. So that means that everything revolves around a human being. So he's the center of the world, and that somehow really offended me in some weird way. I thought, oh my God, stop it, stop even teaching this shit, because there are a lot of people who actually mistreat animals, thinking that they are made for suffer, for suffering. They were created to suffer in the name of fucking, I don't know what, just to satisfy our needs. It's crazy. But I know,
people are just stupid.
I'm pretty sure that. Yeah, go on.
No, you go ahead.
So I lost my idea. I'm pretty sure that I know it from my own experience that you can be told many, 100 times, that you don't do this and don't do that. But when you experience it on your own, like in your real life, on your skin and bones, you will be taught, and you will finally get your lesson. So I mean, teaching is only for those who listen. Yeah,
that's true. I mean, that's a wonderful way of saying it. Teaching is only good for those who will listen, and the majority of people do not listen.
Do not. Man, I'm trying to, English for me it's obviously not a native language, not my mother tongue or whatever, but and when I write lyrics, I spent 2 weeks sitting and writing just one song, because I pick every word really carefully and precisely, but it's really hard for me. It come out fuck, I don't know, like I'm giving birth to a fucking elephant. But and then I realized, oh my God, they only see me as a object of like sexual appealing or whatever, like, and that's it. They don't hear. And then I always say, oh my God, you guys, what we stop watching music and start listening to it. But yeah, a lot of people just don't.
Well,
I
I wanted to ask you about that. I'm glad you brought that up because I think, I think that you're a rarity. I mean, you're a very unique singer for many reasons.
oh, thank you.
Number one, you hit on something that I don't think a lot of people think about. I think it's completely amazing that you can be from a completely different place than, like, let's say the United States, where English is not your first language, and you are able to translate your subconscious thoughts, your ideas that maybe run around in your own language, but then hearing that you spend time on your words makes sense. I mean, I don't think people realize what that's really about, being from somewhere else and choosing to write in English and then singing it perfectly for, Westerners to be able to understand and to be able to understand your ideas, which in my opinion, Europeans thinking is really different than the United States. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? It's been around a lot longer. So you take the complexity of your thinking and your culture, and then the hardness of being able to adopt words that you have to learn and then be able to sing. Not only is that a gift, but that is an extreme exercise that you have to do in order to present your art. I don't think a lot of people understand that. But then what I wanted to ask you was, on top of it, you are a woman and you're in hard rock music, aggressive music, getting out these scenarios. I wanted to ask you because I think it's important. I was talking to Elisa, I hope I pronounced that right, from Arch
Yeah.
Enemy.
Yeah.
And we were speaking, and I have people. There's a lot of body image issues in the United States because
Yeah.
of just how we present things, And I was speaking with her, but when you say that people look at you as a sexual representation or a sexual object, can you explain that more to me? Because you're a woman in hard rock with heavy ideas that you want to translate to the world, and then you have this obstacle for a moment being a woman. Do you really feel that sexual objectness? I mean, do people,
Mm-hmm.
do they throw it on you to where you're uncomfortable, where all you do is feel that? I mean, is it apparent or is it just something you feel? So what I'm asking is, what is it like to be a woman fronting an all-male band that's extremely aggressive with very surreal thoughts, lyrics to think about, that you have to think about because you're from another country and using another language to translate your ideas? Do you really feel that from the fans?
If they are real fans, they won't give a damn about my gender, But those people, people are attracted to like sexy images of a woman. Or I'll tell you, even me being a woman, I like when I was younger, I actually chose what to listen to depending on how cute the vocalist was. So I
Sure,
know how.
That's
Yeah,
social. That's cultural. That's okay. That's cultural, you
yeah,
know. But go
yeah,
ahead.
yeah.
Go ahead and continue. Go ahead.
Because we actually, it's our instinct. First of all, we act um, because of our instincts. So all our action based on that. And it's a now in music industry, it's a kind of a trick to sell, for example, your music. You have to be sexy just to get attention from those those who just don't care, you know. No, we have to make them care. And first of all, we get their attention through like eyes. And what like what way we can use, and we use just like, okay, sex, it's unfortunately it's normal. But you know what, when we started to make our music and start performing and shit, I didn't care about looking nice, you know, like a woman. I used to wear sagged jeans and shorts, like camouflage shorts, and like tanks, basketball tanks or whatever. And I hardly could put my makeup on. I had dreadlocks and stuff. So I always felt like I was a guy. Not completely a guy, but my mind is definitely 50% woman, 50% men. And I just used my mannish part of my nature because I felt very comfortable. And I kind of rebelled against against this type of prejudice that, oh my god, like if she's not sexy, she's not worthy. But now I feel like, yeah, it's pretty hard, but it wasn't hard for me to be a girl in a band until they started to ask me how it is like to be a girl. And then I realized, oh my god, well, I wasn't oppressed or discriminated so far. Of course, there are a lot of perverts who just go to our show to touch themselves, you know, during our performance and stuff. But you cannot do anything with that. But I
So, I
always say,
mean,
yeah.
do you like? I mean, so back to it a little bit. You've realized. I mean, do you enjoy now? I guess I just want to say it right. I mean, do you enjoy dressing up, the makeup, being more feminine, showing more feminineness? You know, I don't want to use the word sexy. I don't like that. But I
Yeah.
mean, do you enjoy being the woman you are and portraying it more through your art, or does the crowd and your fan bases make it more uncomfortable to be sure?
It depends on my mood. Sometimes I say like, okay, I feel like, all right, I feel like I'm a woman, you know, and I'm ready. I do my makeup just for me, not for my fans, because I really love art. I like drawing and painting and whatever. And for me, it's huge therapy when I do my makeup before the show. I love colors, and it's hard to explain. It's just for me. And sometimes I feel like, oh my god, no, don't I don't want to be feminine today, because I feel like, oh my god, I just have to scream about so many things, like important things. And again, my outfit will just take their attention away from what I sing. So it depends. It depends. But I used when I dressed like a guy, I was ashamed of my femininity. Femininity, yeah. I thought that I I just shouldn't um, use it as a benefit, you know, like as a tool. But now I don't care. Now I don't care. It just depends on a day.
Well, that's good. I mean, how long you guys been a band?
Oh, it's since 2009. Yeah, so
Wow.
it's been 11 years. Yeah, but it was it was a long period of time to grow our roots and show our flowers and orange leaves. Um, yeah, it was a long, I don't know, 6 years maybe of just overcoming the obstacles in our country, to all the visas and stuff. So it's pretty hard to cross borders for Ukrainian.
Yeah, I was pretty amazed when I got to see you guys perform. That's really the first thing I thought about was, I feel like in America we're very spoiled, and I don't really care what anybody says. I'm 51 years old. I've gone through it, and I love touring Europe because there's such an appreciation for the art. People understand. In America, we're a little spoiled, so we feel like we can obtain whatever we want whenever we want. But when I got the chance to watch you guys, that's the first thing I thought was just how far away. You were closer to home where I saw you, but you were still far away. And I know that it's got to be extremely difficult. And, that's what I wish young bands could see is the sacrifice and the hard work that it takes to live your dream. It does take talent and you do need to know people, but in the end of the day, you have to be able to work very hard. A lot of people don't know
Very
it could
hard.
take it could take 30 hours just to perform 1 hour. 30 hours of plane rides and immigration and all kinds of bullshit just to perform a 45-minute set that may go good or may not go good. It's a really hard business, really.
Exactly. When I was 11, I didn't even know what I was dreaming about. If I had known that, I would have just dropped. I would have quitted this idea to become a musician. You know what I mean? Like now, I just like, oh my god, what the hell I am involved into.
Well, that's what I do. One of my closest friends in life, Paul Gray, bass player for Slipknot, who passed away. We raged in this town. We grew up and drinking beer and raising hell and jamming and having a good time. But he's the one that always liked my art, and he's the one that like drugged me into it. He got me into it, and now he's gone. And I'm like, I sit back some days and I was like, was I really supposed to be in this business? Like, was I? Because it really affects me. You know what I mean? Like every day I want to make a really, really big difference. And it's hard. It's hard to keep your voice. You have to be careful, especially in the States. Everybody's right because everybody's wrong. You want to stand up and defend yourself. Well, then there's 100,000 people trying to burn you down for your original thought. So I agree with you. I wake up almost every day and wonder if I made the right decision for myself. I love our fans. I love our world. I love this band. I'm going to die being in Slipknot. It's who I am. But I often wondered what my life would have been because music is so hard. It's so difficult to navigate through, right?
Yeah. I mean, the business is hard, right? But music comes naturally, and that's a beautiful thing. But we made it that's what you said before. Like we created our problems, and I agree with that. We create our own problems, and then we complain that, oh my god, it's fucking hard. What the hell is this? Like we work, we die. But but music itself, it's wonderful. But when
I can't imagine.
It's wonderful wonderful
I
hobby.
can't
It's a
imagine
wonderful
life.
hobby.
Yeah, I can't imagine life. Can you imagine how blessed we are that we discovered the vibration of music in
Yeah.
our existence? I mean, can you
Yes.
imagine your life right now with no music?
I cannot. And you know
I mean,
what? That's the thing we have to be grateful for our ears. Of course, if we're able to hear, it's just that's the very valuable thing to have. Like, I mean, to be appreciated. It's or eyes. Like, that's crazy. It's
we,
crazy.
we take a lot of things for granted. Let me ask you, before we wrap this up, what one thing I love about Jinjer is it seems like I let music find me. You know, I don't.
Yeah.
There are too many shitty bands that come out every year that take up space that make
Yeah.
me irritated not to want to find music. So what I do is I have my certain ways that I put on Apple Music or YouTube or whatever, and I'll let things roll and I'll let things find me. And Jinjer was one of those things that found me that I wasn't looking for, that just showed up, and then when it showed up, I stayed on it. So one thing that I love about your guys' band is that you guys do a lot of these like videos yourself, and
Yeah.
you're a younger band that can look at it, I think, and say, well, we have this platform, we have this tool called the internet and YouTube, and we can take control of our own stuff. So recently I saw a video, and I'm sorry that I don't know names and things
Yeah.
like that because my temporary memory sucks. But recently, a couple weeks ago, a new video. I don't know if it's new or old. It seemed new, but it was you, and it's just you in a very colorful dress. You look very beautiful, and you had your cat. I think it's your cat, and
Yeah.
it's at the beginning of the video. There's a cat, and then the cat goes away, and you sing, but you're only in that one area.
Yeah.
I think that's really I love that about you guys. That that I guess what I'm saying is I thought it was very unique in today's atmosphere to have the confidence to put up a background, you know, I guess put on your makeup, your dress, and you even invited your cat into the fan world. You were able to show something personal of yours and your
Yeah.
affection towards it, which gives a lot of people a lot of information. You were giving personal information, but then you stay with the video in one place. And I guess as an artist, I really admire that. I really admire. I get into an area of art where I feel like I have a prerequisite. I feel like the art that I
Thank you.
make has to be at a certain standard because it's what everybody expects of me. So
Yeah.
if I ever try to get intimate or a little bit less, I feel it doesn't, land its mark. So one thing I've always
Yeah.
loved about what you guys have done are these intimate little videos that you share that maybe in your mind you're not expecting them to be these big, grandiose, very expensive art ideas or the cheapest inexpensive. You do little things. Can you tell me why you guys like that, or what? Because I just feel like you guys enjoy it. I feel like it's something new. I feel like you guys are good at it. I feel like that's what brought me into your band were these little things that you did for yourselves in order to
Yeah.
get out there. Is this right? Do you guys do a lot of this?
Yeah, a lot of this. By the way, then like maybe in few months, maybe month since today, I don't know. Another music video is about to be released, but it started when we when we filmed our first music video, it was like many years ago. I think, yeah, in 2008 or 9. And we shot a music video for just a bottle of whiskey, and that's it. And it was good because, in Ukraine, it's cheaper to film a music video, for example, than in the States. But the video guys and the whole production is so cool. There are a lot of professionals, and that's how we managed to shoot something for very little money. That's how everything that we have we put in there, because it's pretty complicated to collect money for a good music video. But we try and we always, like, most of the time we work with our friends, and it just happened that our friends are super talented video guys and producers and stuff. So yeah, but we love to treat our fans with small videos. And when we work with some of the friends that we have, like directors or filmmakers, they have their own twist on our ideas, and they have humor to apply to our music videos. So it's always pleasant to work with them. So that's how it goes, and I hope we'll continue to work this way. Yeah.
I would love to sometime, if our paths collide out on the road or whatever, I would love to work with you as friends and make a video. I would love to be able to paint with your guys' creation. You guys draw that out of me. You draw that imagination out of my mind.
That's so cool.
Yeah, I love what you guys do. I was very excited. That someone was listening to me, because, I don't really make up the list for my podcast. I just leave it to everyone else, because the point is I just want two people to get on the phone that are from different places that might not talk and have a conversation about whatever. So I was really happy when I found out that you and I were going to get a chance to speak again.
Me too. I don't have to say how I'm honored. How honored I am. Shitty English. Yeah, but we met before, so I showed you my tattoo and stuff. So yeah, I was pretty nervous, so I drank some wine.
Oh, that's all right. That's all right. I told a bunch of people about. See, that's back to the movie. I mean, without trying to sound weird, I feel like, and I'm being totally honest here, and I'm not trying to sound too weird or whatever, but I felt like when I saw the studio video, like the first time I saw you, I was attracted to the band. I was like, there's something in here for me. But then when I met you, I felt like you and I were, like, I felt like I knew you from somewhere, like we're kindred souls.
Yes.
And then all of a sudden you showed me that you told me, like, hey, my first tattoo was a clown tattoo of my clown mask. And then that proved it, that I knew you were in my movie, and I knew that I was your movie. And it was
exactly. It was written. It was written. Yeah. Yeah. But it was written on someone's screenplay, but yeah, it was like that season has to come out.
Yeah, well, and the thing is that season had to come out because that means there's more seasons to come. I don't know if you and I know. I don't know if you and I know what the grand plan is for us. You and I don't know what it is, but I know we were supposed to meet. And I know a lot of people that work with you are good friends with me, so it even makes it closer. But
absolutely. Oh, by the way, excuse me, I don't want to interrupt you, but Alex Lopez from Suicide Silence, he's here in Kiev, in Ukraine, in my apartment, and he gave me a little note, which is tell Sean I say hi, and that's it. Yeah, when you can. So I say hi. Yeah, Alex say hi.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Those are my. That's another band. That's another band that I felt Mitch, who
Yeah.
used to sing for Suicide.
Yeah.
Mitch and I were kindred souls as well. He and I gravitated towards each other right away, and then unfortunately we lost him. But I stayed friends with everybody, and including the new, everyone. So
Yeah.
you'll have to tell him and everyone I said hello and give them my love. I think about them from time to time. Great band, great band.
Sure.
So real quick, what do you guys got going on? What are your plans? What are you doing? And what is the future like for Jinjer?
Well, as I said before, we shot a new music video like a few days ago, and while it's getting ready, while it's getting cooked, we're just composing new stuff for upcoming album that's gonna be released hopefully in 2021. Like, I mean, by the end of maybe of 2021. Yeah, and yeah, a lot of interviews, of course. And well, there are no tours, unfortunately, but we managed to have this, to create this tiny little tour, 6 shows in Europe, sorry, social distancing tour with people sitting in front of us. And that was awkward, but it was still something. And yeah, now it's just like preparing new stuff, new material. Nothing much.
Well, I can't wait to hear some new stuff. I'd like to stay in touch with you and
Yeah,
hear
sure.
what's going on. And I definitely want, when you got the video done, I'll have the people that work with me reach out, but maybe we could put it on the Electric Theater on notfest.com.
Oh yeah,
And
cool.
I bought a new house. I built a house kind of out by this lake, and it's embarrassing. It's embarrassing because I don't have any cell phone coverage out where I live, and then my landline doesn't even work very well, and I can't use Zoom in my basement or anything. So I'm trying to prepare. I'm trying to get it to where, I can be able to do Zoom video and things directly from my house, but it's just taking longer than I want. But,
Yeah.
my goal is to be able to visually be able to do Zoom with people. And then also, like you would say, hey, I got this new video, and then put it up and give it to people. So I'd like to do that when you guys have it.
Yeah, sure.
Get it on the Electric Theater and notfest.com and talk about it a little bit and go from there.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm always available.
Well, good. That's good. I like to hear that. Well, listen, this has been an honor. I'm so happy to talk to you again. I think about you from time to time because I just feel like our band, for whatever reason, everything we do in our business is for something, right? So I feel like if Jinjer, if I'm attracted to Jinjer and Jinjer is attracted to Slipknot,
Of course.
I feel like that's there. So I know we're going to do shows and tours together, and I know that this relationship's going to continue. So today was definitely a treat for me to be able to say hello to you again, especially all the way.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, thank you. And I'm so grateful that it's not an ordinary interview that I'm used to do. I mean, I love to talk about life and to share views about life and death and whatever. It's just some very important things, and not only about like how the tour is going and stuff. Yeah, so
trust me, the only reason why I'm doing a podcast is because in my career, no one that has interviewed me has ever asked me anything I've ever really wanted to be asked.
Yes, exactly.
You
That's
know,
the
so
curse.
yeah, it's horrible. Do you know that I don't know, like, for instance, the album Point Five, The Gray Chapter, my
Mhm.
album cover is a nude skeleton on the cover. Do you know that nobody in my career has ever even asked me what that is?
No.
No, no interviewer, no interviewer has ever asked me. I mean, I'm sure they have, but they don't go into it enough detail where I can even remember it. So the thing is when notfest.com came up, I had to like kind of put my 2 cents in. So I've never done a podcast, and I felt I'd be perfect for it because I just want to have normal conversations with people. I want to know about death and life,
Yeah.
sexuality, and animals and the sky. And, I don't want to know what day your new album's coming out. I don't care.
Yes.
I want to know, I want
Yes.
to know about you. I want to know about you. So
Yeah.
that's why I'm doing what I'm doing, is to try
That's
and,
great. Keep doing it, man. Because people
yeah,
people want to know us personally, like musicians, personality. That's what means a lot, but not the fucking schedule and where are you, where will you come to, when will you come to Brazil, for example. But that doesn't matter. And
yeah,
I'm ready, like I'm an open book. Unless like you ask me, I'm ready to tell you secrets, dark stuff, bright
yeah,
stuff,
see,
like
now you're talking.
something that
Now you're talking.
no one,
You're like me.
yeah, someone, yeah, something that no
I
one
want
can
people.
ever like. Yeah,
Go ahead.
something
Go
that
ahead. Go ahead.
even my mom doesn't know. Something that my mom
See?
doesn't know even.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
I
That's
want to
how I am.
share.
Like,
Yeah,
yes. I wanna flirt with people with my crazy life. I want
yeah,
them to actually ask me something that's secret, like you just said. And they never do. They never do.
mm-hmm.
I understand that people have editors and they need to ask me, what's the mask for? I get it. There's a new 12-year-old, 13, 14-year-old who just discovered our band that needs to know these things.
Yeah,
But I mean, you can't ask me anything else. Nothing. You can't ask me anything. It's like, so anyway, that's what this is about. And I really appreciate you sharing things with me. And we will be doing this time and time again. I'll be catching up with you again. And the next time we
please.
talk,
Yeah,
the next time we talk, we'll go really deep in. We'll go deep in, and hopefully I'll ask you something you'll say you can't answer. That
yes. Yeah.
then we know we're getting somewhere. Then we know we're getting somewhere finally.
Yep. Yeah. Exactly. Exactly. I
Well,
would love that. I would love that.
okay. Well, I'll get that scheduled. We'll make sure that maybe you can be the first person that I not interview, but have a conversation with twice. But tell everybody in the band I said hello, and
Sure.
hopefully all of our paths will cross again in hard rock music for our fans. And
I will
until then,
manifest it. Yeah. I'll manifest it. Yeah.
yes. Until then, try to leave your apartment a couple times for yourself.
Yeah.
Try to get out of there just for you, so you can enjoy this world. And you and I will talk very soon.
Yeah, sure. Thank you so much. It was nothing but pleasure to talk to you tonight, and keep doing it. I swear
Well,
I would love to be like a usual guest.
well, we'll make that happen. We'll do that. Maybe you and I can give everybody what's going on in the world. We'll just keep telling
Yeah.
everybody how we feel about everything.
Yeah. Let's
and
make them
maybe it can help.
listen. Yeah.
I like that. Let's make them listen. That's a good slogan. Let's make them listen. All right. Well, you be good. Much love, peace, and all that
Much
stuff.
love.
Take care of yourself. Be safe. Tell everyone hello. And thank
Thank
you
you
so
so
much.
much.
For this.